Yes. I'm just busy right now, but I'm still hanging out. Let me get rid of that reflection. Or two. Put it down here on my nifty little tray that I picked up from the dollar store. They're nice. I'll knock this into a better view, so let's leave it like that. I don't think we can zoom. Can I zoom? Let's not worry about zooming right now. Someone can remind me. But there's nobody here yet. There's nobody. Oh, somebody's here now. Just trying to... I think I can zoom. Oh yeah, I'll be able to zoom. I wonder if I should zoom now because of the night. Whoops, man, it's very sensitive. I got bad. So you can see some darkness in that one there, right? I tried to focus it a bit and she seems to be giving me a little bit of trouble. What if we go with that one back there? Maybe my phone will not fall from this position. There we go. Okay. Huh?
Oh, I thought you were in your room.
No.
You have any light in your room?
No, I don't have anything.
Anything? I just asked if you had a cigarette.
No, I don't have any. Yeah, that's what I mean. I don't have a cigarette, anything. No, I'm good.
What are you doing here? Escaping or what?
No, I'm actually just on video talking right now.
So what, the police?
No, it's just with friends and stuff.
Oh, perfect. Well, at least as long as they're sending you royalties, it makes sure you know, make sure you get your end.
Oh, jeez.
You're filming shit, dude. You got fucked cop or what?
No, but you don't have to get in, like, go in front of it.
Show you what you do to cops?
It's no cop thing.
Okay. Did you see this thing I got? The Dalai Lama thing over here. It's a fucking beheader. I'll bring it over here before I get picked up.
Yeah, I'm not interested.
There goes Mr. Sprinkles.
Oh, yeah?
There goes Mr. Sprinkles.
Oh, crazy. Oh, God, if you could only see the character at the same time. But anyway, so that jumping in and out will most likely be them if it carries on. And I can tell we can see a bit of a good, some reflectiveness of them in their image, because their color is reflected kind of really in the dark blacks. Like, I know a lot of people say, oh, I see them in all these different things and stuff, and that's fine. But right now, if you percentaged those trees in front of you in the background there, say those ones that look like they're evergreens, meaning they're kind of needle trees, whether they're pine needles or they're cedar needles, anything like that, they're green kind of year round. And these guys like to really flock into them. And when they're flocking into them, let me do this. Whoops. Live chat, all messages are visible. Super chat, none. Whoops. Yeah, I'm gonna go with like that. Yeah, the camera's acting up a little bit. That is them. There you go. So just in case somebody sends a hello or something like that, or seems like I got 0 people, but they miss out if people don't really clue into what I'm talking about. Anyway, so I was into the blackness. And like down even in those lower trees there, not necessarily the ones that are right in front of us, but see the other ones. I don't want to look at the trees because that's part of how you can. There's ways of working this, and we're working very intelligent beings, and so I really don't want to look. I'll do it in the camera, and even how I control my look into my camera. They are reading. Trust me, I've been there. Okay, so I got a good viewing on those plants right there because the lights that flash through there, I could tell that, okay, those plants are on this property here. So anyways, also when I'm looking there, it's almost like the top-ish kind of dark spot there. See how there's, not including the two end parts. There's like three. There's one kind of right in the middle where it's kind of like it would be a foot or so long. And then just above it on the right side of it. And then further along from that foot long one, 2 foot away or whatever, you get to see another one, little one. Okay, so those are kind of specifically points where I would go in and look at these. Part of as say the night goes on, maybe we could have already noticed, but as the night goes on, maybe we will notice, like that car, could we have legitimately seen the headlight at that height? You get me? So we could pause it now if we're watching, and we go back and look at that car and look at where we see its headlight height on the right, where this car's coming now. Okay? And then you go to the plant life where there's flashing happening coming through there and see if that's legitimate headlight. Be confident. Understand sometimes when we're sitting there and we're talking that some of those black spots have increased. Like I know the shadowing's starting to come in because it's starting to get darker and stuff like that, but this is the reality of life. So kind of those concepts that I'm talking about, use them for the others in the background behind the little school there. The little school where tons of children play. And thank goodness, I bet you there hasn't been a child that has gone missing from around that school. I'm very hopeful for that comment that it's true. But I can't say that for this municipality, and I can't say why at all, any reasons why there could have been, whatever. I'm off topic a little bit there, so I'm just going to stop. And that whacked out guy just walked by again. Oh boy, man. Some of those people in their aggressiveness, you almost get to a point where, am I going to have to tell him just to leave, or am I going to have to be really rude and wind the window in front of his face, and then him try to smash the window? He's starting to try to go through his pockets and stuff. So anyway, so if you missed that part, make sure you just later rewind and you'll kind of get the beginning there, just 10 minutes back, not even 9 minutes back, and yeah, you can see it after or whatever, hear a bit of a show. And also I kind of explain an understanding is quick and easy with those plants right in. Oh my goodness, reconnecting. Gee whiz, I hope you guys are, oops. I hope it's doing coming in and out. Whoops. Not coming in and out of. So, like, even see that light back there now? It's a dead, no windy night. So there could be in our sights. Do you know understand how a sights work, right? I've talked about that before. So, like, if you're looking down a gun right now, and where have you seen that lighted moment? Because the camera wasn't still moving. The camera had completely stopped, but we could still see that light, and it kind of did some flashing, and then we haven't seen it since. So now what we do is we do the waiting game, and we see if that light gives in and comes on pre us moving the camera like that. Bang! Now, what you do is you go, okay, that's obviously a street light, Ian, or somebody's front porch light. It's got to be one of those. It's not going to be a bedroom light, but it's going to be one of those, and somebody turned it on, it went off, and then turned on. We'll continue to watch it play. Okay? Now, what I'm telling the world, we are getting to have a glowing... Hey, Tony. We're getting to have a glowing experience right now. A glowing phenomenon. What the Americans have just renamed, or I would say renamed a decade of knowledge. What used to be called, let's say a century, right? Yeah, a century of knowledge that we used to call UFO. Americans and other countries have renamed to bring interest to it because they're kind of wound into it too, and they kind of get it a bit. And with that, they're calling it UAP, which is unidentified, we don't know, aerial, it's in the sky, phenomenon. Video, go in and do a zooming and stuff. To yourself what you're getting to see there. Like, I don't get a recording of this unless I whatever. But you'll be able to do that yourself, is go in there tight and you watch the language of the light, and you have to go, okay, I see a street light right here in front of us. Totally right in front of us. How is it behaving? And now you look over there and you look at all the other trees and you figure out if it's windy. It's not windy at all. It's dead wind. And not only that, okay, let's go back to the beginning of the video here, what I was talking about, the live. I'm talking about being able to, now you look at the wide spread, the very dark shadowing throughout all that forest there, and you count the darkest of all that black, and you count how many spots. Okay, that one's big, so I count that as one spot. There's about 5 small ones there. There's 12 there. Okay, and I see 16. And then I say, okay, now try to do that with the greens. Well, it's kind of half of the forest over there is green and half over there, but there's a little yellow, and you guys getting my point, right? The black is very select. Well, guess who creates the blackness in there? Once you become a black studier and you start to zoom all the time on those kind of things in the forest and stuff, especially on my videos where they're willing to come out, I'm telling you right now, they know I'm up to something. And I don't know what they know. Hence the name of my video. I got a lot of, stuff that we call stress, but I'm just going, it isn't stress, Ian. You don't feel weaker because of it, Ian. This is just life. People who think your brain is affected in whatever way that you're kind of mental, they are just off their rocker with their answers. I don't try to go to a judgment thing of calling them names. And there's a lot of people just around me, and I'm not just saying, oh, obviously his family. Obviously it is my family. But there's also right? And the judgment, kind of comes out that we are looking at a glowing, see above that roof right now? It's not that I'm saying it's on the roof. Don't get that. But I'm saying watch how that behaves compared to a street light that is just in front of us, right up on our right there a bit. And it's not a windy night. Okay? So in other words, what's going on? We probably can't and couldn't, this whole video, see that street light. If you see little flashes happen above it and stuff, your eyes are correct. If you're seeing different flashes around where you're thinking, oh, I can see my eyes are twinkling, look at that when it just is a real heavy turn off like that. And you know what might be going on when that happens? That, like, this is the smartness, man. That might be, how is he going to react? And I did react, kind of. I did say, and look at, whatever I said, you go back and look at it and you get, oh, Ian did kind of do a little verbal reaction. And that is exactly what you do. So if you start throwing it out there, man, that, it's really confusing enough. Just like if your mother was looking at you right now from the bar across the street, the window across the street there, she'd be thinking, oh, Ian's having a great time. God bless my mother's soul. She is where she wants to be right now. And, so, I was just putting on a little bit of a twist or of some excitement to give you guys some knowledge. More so than, oh, Ian's really trying to sway them off so they got no idea he's talking about them. But that's what it's based on. Okay? So, yeah, way up on top, I think, like where you see blue sky coming and going. Blue sky doesn't work like that. So kind of in the darkness, in the V, so we got the big green forest right there, right? And see, let's almost say there's a V in the middle of the forest. Me too. My family think I am crazy. I see what you were going. I'm not too sure. I'll see the rest of it in a second. I know if I touch my screen, it's gonna fall over. But anyway, so the power lines, right in the power line area. Watch there in the darkness in the middle up there, middle to the left a bit. And see, you seen another flash probably that was up higher there. You rely on your peripheral. Don't rely on your peripheral right now in a way where you're seeing the full corners of everything. Look, just find a dark area. Look, use your peripheral out there. Like imagine you're standing there and you can take your tape measure and you're looking, okay, this is going to be my focal point right here I'm looking at. Now, if I measure out, what do we call it, a circumference or something like that of about 5 feet, then see there's the glowing going on. And now we're supposed to think, no, Ian, that's the street light coming back on and so on and so forth. Even like when these cars go by, like that one went by going away from us, but there was a big flash of light I noticed up on the, you see that little awning right here? It's kind of like a metal awning. Watch, we might get flash there again. No, but somewhere up there, I wasn't looking at it. I kind of seen it once again out of my peripheral, a little flash, and it's kind of weird because it was like the car was going the other way. And so, these are different testers where they're trying to figure out how my eyes are. They don't care how your eyes are right now, but they will know in their knowledge that there is this video action going on. They know in their knowledge, I believe that this knowledge for sure goes to other people. How I'm sharing it and stuff, to the degree and stuff, have no clue if they have a clue about that. But I have clues that they know that we share it. I guess, right? I kind of guess that it would be awesome in a way to know the answer to, because they make back noises in the background so many different times in videos and stuff. I hear them all the time and stuff. And I watch different videos around the world and stuff. And I wonder then when I'm sitting here and I'm watching it and I'm having the volume up. Meanwhile, it's supposed to be the wind. It's supposed to be this and that. They're the super mimickers. If you go back and listen to the really, really old stories, the people know nothing. But one of the things they do tell us is that these people from way back, or whatever they were unbelievable mimickers in everything. And that's what I've been on a study for 5 years. Nobody says it like that. And those mimickers have given me hordes of information that I got in a 5-year study behind me. Okay? Now go back and kind of look at the title of my thing again. You know, I'm really broken. And right now we're having a huge experience happening right now in front of us. And I got 2 viewers. And this video, you come back in a week and I'll be lucky if I'm in the hundreds. And if I break 200s in 2 weeks, that would be it would be my top 100 one. And it's kind of like, is that my fault? Yeah, I guess it is. But look at what the frig is happening right now. And we can investigate it. We can zoom into that. We can do all kinds of watch it the whole time with the video. And watch its language and watch that light, how it behaved. Like this one in comparison to this one right here that hasn't twinkled once. And then you can go into the other effects that I've talked about from very earlier in the video to higher in the video. Also, in a way, see on the left behind that thing in the white. I'm not going to look over there so I have no clue, but there's kind of like that sign thing there or something. So right here in this parking lot, see on the left there, is that just a purple bush, or am I picking up kind of like a hazy kind of thing, almost like it would be hazy? I'm not too sure about that, but I almost like, because I've only looked at the camera, you guys. Pretty sure I haven't looked off of it once since the thing's been going and stuff. And you know, I try not to be reacting off of the light every time, you know, the glowing phenomenon. That is a UAP. It's a UAP right now. Look at how big it is doing. It's a UAP, you guys. It is not a street light. Go in close and look at it. It's a UAP. Compare it to this one. Come back and look at the whole video if you're just watching this clip later. Come back and watch the whole video and watch that light that seems like it's kind of just above the building way back in the bush there. And what it is doing, it's doing what the people have told us for hundreds of years and thousands of years. Did I just see a different twinkle of a different light in a different, or was that the same spot? I'm kind of looking forward to see it come on again, because I almost felt like that one was a little bit different of a spot. But where they're there. So see when that car just went by there? See how under this little awning up there, it shines. Watch that and learn from that kind of stuff, because that's what they do. That's part of what they do with the light, the glowing, that energy that we see. If you've ever come to my, go to my videos there, you'll see this one that talks about Iran, a gunfight in Iran. It's something like that. Watch that one. Realize that's a real event. I've sent it to some pretty smart minds of recent, and you can tell they're befooled by it, and they would rather just kind of almost walk away from it than give me any credit for finding it to show them. Like, why wouldn't they just be going, oh, I watch it a whole bunch of times just to go, that's kind of amazing, man. I kind of see, you know, or whatever. But no. So are we seeing a number of different flashes around there now up higher and stuff like that? New people, I'm telling everybody to go back and watch this video. I'm going to shut her down in a moment here. And I want you to watch that light back there. That is not a light. That is the glowing phenomenon that is projected from these beings of Earth, here on Earth. On a number of times in this video, you'll see different flashes of different lights, different times. The main one is mimicking to be a street light of some street lights over there. And there's probably one within the true sights. Like if we were looking through a gun sights right now, a scope, it's probably really within a close fraction. So this might be 2 feet fractions or something like that, but it's back there somewhere. And that's when they feel very comfortable. And well, we've been keeping this video going on long enough to get a whole bunch of examples of it twinkling along. If you take the time and you go in there and you actually zoom in and stuff, and I think sometimes I just seen another twinkle below it, and I'm not trying to react off of the little twinkles. And the reason is because, for an example right now, see how it's becoming bigger, glowing and stuff. They're trying a little test to see because I'm kind of doing this little bit of a bouncy thing and stuff like that, and talking a little bit with my more, I went into a different thing there. My knowledge, because of this times before, is they're not able to read my lips. They're not able to hear exactly my words of knowledge. Did you see a darkerness of a shadow? Maybe even flat back there, or whatever type thing. I don't know. Maybe it did or didn't. Maybe it was a bird that flew by or something, but let's say it was on the darker tree on the right more than the center. Anyway, so I hope people come back and watch this, and we're going to wait, and I'm going to shut it off after Mr. Little Glow Bug comes on. People will tell stories of, oh yeah, I seen so many bugs this night, and so on and so forth. Well, guess where maybe the real being of the glow bug was doing? I'm not taking the glow bug out of history, that there's glow bugs out there. I don't know. But if you ever felt that the glow bugs were playing with your mind somehow, in some way, realize that that's an experience we're going through. Realize that people are getting tripped out there so much, are going through experiences from mimickers. Don't just think that all these crazy people are crazy from the drugs and stuff like that. Don't believe it. Some of them buy into it easily, especially when they think they're really hearing voices within their own head. But trust me, a lot of them aren't going to be hearing the voices within their head. They're going to be hearing the voices that some researchers have been talking about, that they believe these beings mimic, and so on and so forth. And yeah, we're having an experience with the mimicking of the light part of that being, the glowing UAP, that if they wanted to right now increase it in a way and make it flow up above the trees and out of there, like it was the whole time maybe just perched in there, and I would have one of the best footages in the whole world. But no, they're not going to do that for me. They're going to keep coming on like that and pretending that the wind is parting a little bit so we can see a damn street light over there. Are you awake? Are we awake? I know I got information, you guys. People say, tell me some facts. Well, you freaking watch. Next 2 weeks, maybe 200 views. Maybe. So, read the title. Some guy's pushing hard, man. Here I am at whatever, 10 o'clock at night, man, and I'm pushing. And I really am not a broken man. Just pushing this way and saying it this way and telling you it's freaking hard. And I got a freaking glowing phenomenon happening that just twinkled in a different spot up there. Go and look at that different spot. Could you tell where it was? It's just to the right a bit, down on the flow of the greenness of that shadow and darkness and so on and so forth. And that's just me with my head 2 feet away from the camera, and peripheral sees what it sees. And guess who watches to watch my eyes just go, ooh, that little bit. Like on my screen, I move them a 1/4 inch. They know. Okay, yeah, he did. He moved his eyes. Okay, yeah, he just got excited. As soon as I turned that on, man, his voice is going like, oh yeah. Oh yeah, so I did a little flash in the off of the window down here, Ian. Or I mean, guys, I'm making them think that that was the car there. You get me? We got this whole video here with many flashes going off of those. Oh, did you see the picture in the front? Just look at that picture and understand what I'm talking about with glowing controllers that can take. Did you see that one over on the tree far to the right there? It looks like a birch maybe. It's almost like twinkling. I'm not zoomed way in where this camera should be doing some adverse kind of, poor filming, When we zoom in, then we can blame it on that and stuff. So let me do a little zoom, and then I'm going to kind of be silent, and we're going to then sign off. So like this. And I want to kind of get it like right there then. So now with their perceptions, not getting it off my mirror. Okay, you see those double, what are those gonna be? Those kind of look shiny back there, don't they? So we can keep it closed, shined in, okay. Okay, look how small it almost is with this zooming, guys. Do the comparison, do a picture right now, and then you go back to the other part and you do a size comparison there. Now you see those two shiny things to the right where they're trying to make it look like they're part of the building or something? Well, if it was daytime or a sign or something, if it was daytime, there really might be something there. But in the daytime, you might be able to look at it and realize they shouldn't be shining like that at this, when Ian's in there in the pretty dark at night. So I'm going to try not to move. And what you do is you see all those different twinkles where your eyes are almost wanting to pull you in. So I'm going to do a little bit closer of a zoom. Oops. Okay, I'm on my max zoom there. And what we'll do is we'll wait for that last twinkle. It's going to happen. That twinkle I think we just seen was in a different spot. I might have to back off to do the better of it. Still right in the middle more or less though. So there it is there, right? So this time, he only did those one little flashes, right? So how about if I hang back here now? Starts doing it, my camera's acting up a little bit. Sure, it might be grabbing something off my glass, but, tell me if that light looks peculiar or bigger and stuff now. Because what that will tell you is there's sensitivity on knowing that I was zooming, because I was already talking about, I zoomed that much. It still seems like a pretty small light in comparison. Let's do it. I challenge you to look at that, guys. Now, look at the light here. It seems like, it's proportionately willing to show some girth. Okay, shall I do one more test and zoom in? And, there she goes. So, there I go. I hope you guys are getting it. It's real, man. It's real. This is a UAP interaction right now, guys. Really is. But we don't have to say it's unidentified. And we don't have to say it's a phenomena anymore. We can give it some real qualifications. That's where we're standing here. That's the few people who stay and listen and come back and come back. They're getting to hear that, like Tony. Tony stayed the whole time, and it's obviously because he was getting something. So there we go again. Twinkle, twinkle, little star. How I wonder what you are. Where does that come from? All those twinkling stars, were they the ones that were just around the tree heights? Or they were the ones that got to do some kind of amazing flying around, like in that Iranian video I got in my best or my playlist, gunfight with the Iranians, and UAP. And in all reality, we're looking at one of the exact same things right now, but he's doing it on and off different than the one in the video that I just told you to go watch. And remember to come back and do those comparisons that I talked about throughout this video on the glowing phenomenon that we just had. I'm not, this isn't a tape thing. This is me at this moment taking the time. Cheers.